UFOs are real, burgeoning, not going away. I am your intrepid host, L.A. Marzulli. This is our weekly UFO update. Folks, this is important. You need to share it with a friend, share it with your loved ones. This is the coming great deception, and it is on its way. We'll get into this and so much more, but first, a word from our trusted sponsor. There's no denying it. Gold is hot right now. Prices are soaring, and experts are predicting even more to come. Not so long ago, gold reached its all-time high of $2,069 an ounce. And now, it's inching ever closer to that number again. Bank of America, one of the largest banks in the world, is saying gold will rise further to well over $2,200 an ounce later this year. So, what is the truth? Well, folks, gold is already a safety net for your hard-earned money. And now, when the stock market is all over the place and the value of the dollar is uncertain, being safe really counts like never before. Noble Gold is offering a 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin for any qualified IRA or old 401k rollover. Terms apply. A solid silver U.S. Mint issued coin celebrating our national parks, free with every qualifying precious metal IRA or 401k rollover. Folks, you can't go wrong with Noble Gold. We've done it, and I'm tickled pink that we did. We brought in almost a year ago, and boy, am I happy. 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347 or noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. And do me a favor, tell them L.A. Marzulli sent you. So, this is where we are, and I want to show you today's leading story. U.S. Navy fighter pilot said he saw UFOs pretty much daily while on duty. So, this is from the Mirror. Lieutenant Ryan Graves spoke out about the presence of UFOs in U.S. airspace and said he'd encounter something pretty much every time he set off with his squadron, the Red Rippers. This is unbelievable. Retired Navy officer not going to jail to report what he saw in Afghanistan. So we know this for a fact, that in areas just like Ukraine right now with the war over there, that it can create a UFO flap. We've heard this from soldiers over in Vietnam. We've heard that from far back during that war. People reported UFOs. We know about World War II, the Foo Fighters, right? Which were seen and photographed. We've covered all this before. It's in our films. The Foo Fighters are real. Absolutely. And so the retired Navy officer not going to jail. Why is he saying this? Because he signed a non-disclosure agreement. This is allegedly how everything was handled under the old administrations. So you signed a non-disclosure agreement and you were threatened with, you lose your pension, you go to jail, and we punish your family and everything else that goes with it. So the bottom line here is that unless something changes, guys like this can't come forward. What we are seeing, in my opinion, is a deliberate, orchestrated, managed agenda to bring this out into the public. So you get a retired Navy officer. This isn't some guy, with a 6-pack of beer on a motorboat hunting gators at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's a whole different deal. Not that there's anything wrong with that witness either, because I believe these guys. I believe the guy shooting gators with a 6-pack of beer at 2 o'clock in the morning, because his testimony in some ways is just as valid as this. People know what they see. They know what they see, and they report it. But I digress as usual, so let's get into it. Navy pilot Ryan Graves talks about his personal UFO interaction. Few answers after military takes out additional flying objects over U.S. and Canada. So we're talking about the Chinese, the so-called weather balloons, but we never saw them on the ground. What was that? We don't know. So we're getting a lot of double talk, and then you get guys like this, Navy pilot, Pilot Graves, and bully for him for coming on Fox and trying to say, look, we need to do something, because I'm not the only guy seeing this. Commander David Fravor broke a story in 2017, as you may know. So this is what made news a couple of weeks ago. We covered this, Middle East 2022. UAP, notice we're not calling it UFO anymore. UAP, unidentified aerial phenomena, characteristics of behavior consistent with other metallic orb observations in the region. So it's a typical metallic orb. I think you'll find this interesting. This next slide, not the next one, but the one I'm going to show you in just a little bit. The bottom line is This to us, it's old hat. I mean, someone gave me a video years ago, before 2017. I believe it burned in the fire. I could be wrong. I might have it tucked away somewhere. But it was one of those, at that time, still classified documents. Somebody gave it to me, and I looked at it, and because I couldn't vet it and didn't really know the source of it, I never went with it. But it showed the tic-tac shaped object. It was Commander David Fravor is what it was. Years before Fravor came forward on Fox News and showed us. But it was, here's the tic-tac object. Whoa, I got it. That was it. Whoa, I got it. Now, that's not the one over the ocean. It's the other one on land that he got. So moving right along. Today, we have seen no efforts to communicate the existence of a secure process to the public. That's a lot of doublespeak. The senators said in their letter, we request that you provide us an update on the plan to publicize the secure process for witnesses to come forward. So what they're saying essentially is right now, the government is asleep at the wheel or deliberately awake at the wheel with lots of coffee coursing through their veins and maybe other substances as well, making sure that this entire narrative is one of a managed agenda. So I want to show you this. This is the Acorn, a F-18 pilot and a weapons systems officer, took these photographs of unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs. So there you go. Thank you, George Knapp, for showing us to that. And this is what came through my inbox this morning. This is from End Times Warrior, don't know this person's name, trying to find the person who snapped this photograph. This is a UFO directly in the desert. And what I find interesting is it looks very much like this, what we see here, almost identical. I'll show it to you again. So I'm trying to get the person who took the photograph to come on record. That's it blown up. Is it photoshopped? I don't know. Is it the real deal? Very possible. In my opinion, right now, looking at it, without talking to the witness, I believe it's the real deal, but I don't know. I don't know. So I wasn't there. If I can talk to the witness, if I can see, I'm assuming it was a cell phone that took it. If I can see the image on the cell phone, voila, that's pretty much good enough for me. Just like when we showed in episode 3, basically further evidence of the UFO phenomena, where the witnesses come forward and they talk about what's going on. And Judy Mora led that charge, and she shows us the phone, and there on the phone is that image of a UFO directly over our house the day of the fire in 2018. Folks, what are you waiting for? There's five films in the series. You can download them all by going to streaming.lamarzulli.net, streaming.lamarzulli.net. If you've had a UFO encounter, please shoot us an email, all right? Shoot me an email, la@lamarzulli.net, la@lamarzulli.net. I would love to do a Zoom chat with you. You can also email supernatural@lamarzulli.net, and our producer, John Adam, will get you on the record for Supernatural Confrontations. Once again, that's supernatural@lamarzulli.net. So that's it. That's what's going on. There's the shot one more time. And this is, I love this, something not from this world. That's the quote, of course, from Commander David Fravor. Get ready, get informed. Folks, this is the coming great deception. I talk about it incessantly. This is the dragon coming with all signs and lying wonders, in my opinion. By the way, I'm interviewing John D'Souza this week. We'll be talking about his book, which I've already given you a book report on, The Extra Dimensionals. I think you'll find it interesting. John and I spoke last week for about 45 minutes on the phone. It was a good conversation. We may differ on some particulars, but we'll see where this goes. That's why we have an open forum here. We don't disparage people that have different opinions. We don't do that. We try to have a discussion. And if we disagree, then we agree to disagree with a smile on our face. I will be in Missouri, June 9th and June 10th coming up. I'll be speaking Friday night, which is sort of the primer, which sets up Saturday morning. Of course, on Saturday afternoon, that's at the Riverbend Calvary Church. We just thank you for that. We're really excited by it. Scan to register. Hope to see you there. Hope the place is sold out. But I will not be repeating anything Friday night is the primer. Saturday is the Fatima apparitions and what that really was in our opinion, even though I realize I might be pushing some people's buttons with that, but I believe it was a UFO event. That's my take on it from doing lots and lots of research on it, okay? And then we'll get right into our crop circle film. So once again, you can watch this and get ready for the topic and the talk in Missouri, June 9th and 10th at the Riverbend Calvary Chapel by going to streaming.lamarzulli.net or lamarzulli.net. By the way, this book is the second edition, Further Evidence for Close Encounters. It's a brand new cover with new material. We're re-releasing this book. It's timely. I hope to have it out by the fall. We'll see what happens, maybe before then. Anyway, folks, thanks so much for watching our weekly UFO update. If you've had an encounter, if you've seen something, we need to get a new email, and I'll try to do that. I'm going to say UFO@lamarzulli.net. UFO@lamarzulli.net. Okay? UFO@lamarzulli.net. When I get off of this, I'm going to ask Carson to give us another email with that. Once again, if you've got an experience, if you've got photographs, UFO@lamarzulli.net. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, UFOs are real, burgeoning, and not going away.